Generic greetings! I've just noticed that the grass is like nice greener on the inside and then sort of dark on the outside. It's not really grass actually, or that's like sort of some weird moss thing, and then you've got some daisies around the outside, but that's quite nice that you get like these little rings and stuff. Just like you see mushrooms growing in open fields where you get like the rings and stuff where the grass is actually taller and a bit darker, and then they spread out and stuff. Very, very nice. Anyway, back to the actual game. In the previous episode, we built all of this. We actually got a lot of building done and spent a lot of money, which is why we're currently on 67 generic units of currency stroke generic credits and are pretty much skint. However, we will be getting some money shortly. 4 hours in-game hours. You can see we're going to get 16 grand, so that's more than enough to finish off this area around here, or at least get the cell block A grant done, which will give us even more money, and then we can progress on. Slight problem that we had was the dormitories. I put the dormitories in, which are actually a 2x3, but sadly, the main problem is that it tells you for the dormitory you need X space, whatever, like, you know, basically 2x3, but that is only for beds, not bunk beds. Bunk beds require more space. So what I've done is I've managed to mess around with it, and that is a sort of minimum space I can actually have it. Actually, we could probably shrink it by 1 block, but then there's no point. So that is a total of 9 spaces. More than enough for the bunk bed. I could put the bunk bed in the centre, but I'm putting it in the corner there because it fits in. And then opposite, we can put things like radios and stuff like that if we really wanted to. Now, obviously, the dormitories are going on the top because if we put them down the bottom, then there might be, you know, better escape attempts and things like that. So I'm not going to bother with that. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this in the previous episode. This section here, I was going to have that as a long cell. No, I'm changing that to a cleaning cupboard of some kind, but people put that in the comments and stuff, so yeah, that's what that's going to be. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. Also, this area here, as you can see, we've got like an area that comes in, and we couldn't fit another dormitory, and it would mean messing around with doors and stuff, so I'm going to leave it as is. This bit here is going to be two toilets and stuff, so they can just use the toilets there, just because we need some space. We need to do something with it, so that's what we're going to do with it. Right, okay. So we just got some money, we've got a brick wall, clicky, clicky, draggy, draggy, let's sort all this out. Obviously, it's going to cost us a little bit, and a sort of not ironically, but, you know, just annoyingly, to be honest, we are going to be 1 short. We need 1 more bed in this place, 1 more cell to get that grant done. So what I'll do is I'll probably do one of these ones in the corner, but I'll get that in. I'll come to that in a moment. What I need to do first is go to our objects and then to jail doors and start putting doors in the front. Now, obviously, it looks all over the place now, but once the walls have been put in, then you will understand exactly what it's like. This won't cost us much money at all. In fact, it's cost us a little bit of money for the wall, the center walls and stuff, but the rest of it, like the bunk beds and such, we've got all these anyway because we built them previously. I guess another good thing is that we've saved a little bit of money on the stuff we have to buy later on. So, you know, because we've got more bunk beds that we can actually use, so I can use them up the top. So we will get to them, so it's not really a big problem. Let's just go to brick wall and make sure that these ones are all sorted. There you go, that should be that, and I'll put the toilets in that side later on. So, they're not plumbed in, but as you can see, we now have a total capacity of 10, and it's going to go up as they put more stuff in, 12, and then that one will be sorted. That needs to be enclosed. Why is it not enclosed? Because I've missed out a bit of wall, and I've put the wall there. That'll give us a total capacity of 14, which is 1 less than what we need, so let's crack on with that. We might as well put that there. I've just realised that that is not possible. We can't do that because then we can't put the metal detectors in. That's really annoying. I'll have to mess around with that now. In fact, what I'll do is I'll go to demolish walls, demolish that so I don't sort of mess up with it. Right, so we can, I guess we'll continue putting this cell block in. Obviously, we're not going to get any prisoners in this episode, but we do want to get probably cell block B done. I think that's the grant we'll try to go for. We could also go for some more research. We do need to get the inmate health and well-being. I think it's also going to be quite grand if we go for the long-term investment. Obviously, that's going to cost a bit of money, so we've only got 7 grand left, but it's more than enough to go to sell, click, and put all of that in. There we go. Obviously, we need to go to objects and put jail doors in. I've got 3 jail doors, so just for the sake of spending these, I might as well put all of these in. There we are, and then we'll put a bed at the far end. There we are. Okay, there's that sorted. So there's 3 beds. That'll bring our total capacity up to 17, and that should give us that grant done, the cell block A. There we go, 20 grand completion. It also means now we can go back to our reports and then go for cell block B, which increases our capacity to 50. So we'll see how that one goes. I know a lot of people have also said we should change these center bits to dormitories as well. And I am thinking that it might be an option. It really might be an option that we change these centre bits to dormitories. But if we were going to do that, we might as well have one big dormitory. Although, to be fair, we did have some problems last time, so I'm really not too sure. I know that once I did this, people would probably want the same thing to happen on this side, like a dormitory on this side. But let's just roughly measure out what it would be like. It would be 3, 3... Let me just get rid of all of that. We don't need that planning there. Oh, we actually need that bit of planning, but there we go. So it will be 1 there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then a wall there, and then this would be a blocked off section. So we could have dormitories on this, but I think we'll stick with cells. I think we'll stick with as is. There we go. Although we could move them like... No, that means far too much work. Far too much work. Right, okay. So, inmate health and well-being. We do need 2 doctors, hire a psychologist, medical ward. So let's have a quick look. Psychology, we'll start rating that. Where are we going to put the psychologist? Well, I was thinking in one of these areas here. Now, we currently don't have any areas really planned out for things like the chapel and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do is just measure roughly what this is. So that's a 37. So if we split it into 3, we could have, say, an 11 with the walls. 11 each side. Is that about right? 11. They'll be a little bit bigger on one side, but I'm not too bothered. 13 on that one. So if we made it 12 and 12. Hang on. 12. Still too big. 12 and 12. So that's 12, 12, and 11. It's as equal as I'm going to get it, and that should do for what I want. I'm just going to click on that note there. But I'll unlock them all eventually. Actually, what I'm going to do is probably move that up by 1. Move that up by 1. There we go. So that should be 12, which it is. That should be 12, which it is. And then that'll be 11, which indeed it is. Okay, that's more than enough for the what I want, because we go for 11 to there. Just to make sure that that is correct. So that's 11, that's fine. So then we can go for, I believe that'll be about right. Nope, it's wrong. Right, so 12 to there, that's fine. Other side, we've got 12 or 8 as well, that's good. Okay, so this is going to be our room for psychology. So there we go, there's a psychology room. And then at this end, we can have a morgue, and then this will be our... infirmary. I was going to say the pharmacist, but no, that's not right. I'm trying to think of the word. Right, okay, so we need some sort of door. I'm always puzzled to what sort of entrance do you put on this thing? I guess a jail door would be ideal, but you always want, if the prisoners need to go to this, then they normally get escorted, but I don't know. I'm going to put a staff door on because I really just do not know. Let's put a staff door on. There we go. That's the nice middle ground, isn't it, a staff door? I think I'll put the entrance to the psychologist there, so it means that the prisoners don't have to go inside of the infirmary to get that sort of stuff. Right, so obviously we've got our long-term investment going on there. We've got the inmate health and well-being, which is medical ward, hire 2 doctors. Hire them in a moment. That ding-a-ling was probably, yes, it is the psychology, which is good. I think I'm going to go for prison policy. Might as well start researching that as well. Got 31 grand, so more than enough to get this thing sorted. There we go. There's that room. And then we need to go to brick wall. Put the brick wall in there. And along to there. And up to there. And we need to go to our rooms and an infirmary. Obviously, that's going to be our infirmary there. And then we need to put in an office, which goes up the top. And then a morgue, which will go up the top as well. So morgue is quite easy. You just put some morgue slabs in it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't really need that many. You know what? I'm just going to build the very basics of this one. Office is going to be slightly different because we need an office there. an office desk. We need a couple of filing cabinets, things like that, and then a chair as well on, say, that side. And then still, because I'm still not sure what you need, I'm going to put a small sofa in there because it looks good if nothing else. So there is the things we really need. So we'll go for psychologist, which, yes, I did think that was going to happen. We've actually ran over to this other side, so I'm going to get rid of all of those offices there. Now, this should then get redirected to that one. Requires office, it'll be that one there. And then we also need to go to staff, and then 1, 2 doctors. There we go, there's that grant done. 10 grand payment there, not much really, because we've probably spent about that getting that sorted. We do have prison maintenance, also visitation rights. That's quite an easy one to do. Might as well go for visitation rights, because if we go on to the right hand side, we can go to building brick and then actually build all of this thing here, and then we'll put in that like so. That's one big building, and obviously we need some sort of entranceway in that one, and I think because of the size of it, we'll put a double entrance there, and then it's right in the center. That's going to be our visitation. Then we also need a common room, which is this area here. And then pool tables, things like that. We might as well get this cell block sorted and finished off. So we'll put that in there. That's going to be one big cell block. Okay. And then we also need some sort of entranceway into that. So we'll go to objects and then to large jail door. Put that in. Just heard some noises over this side, which probably means visitation. That's exactly what it is. So let's sort that out. We're just going to pretty much designate it as visitation on, and then put one visitor table in. And doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter at all. Rotate. Normal. Look, it only goes one way. Yeah, there we go. But that's our visitor tables. Actually, you need a visitation room and 3 visitor tables. There we go. So we'll put in 3 visitator tables in. There we go. There's that sorted. Common room, pool table, 2 TVs, at least 5 phone booths. So we can put in the phone booths. So we'll literally go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Job done. There's that sorted. So we need pool table, common room, and at least 2 televisions. So televisions would be pretty simple to do. We can just put them in here. I think I'll go to our objects and then large jail door. We'll put a large jail door in a couple of areas. We're going to put one in there, and then we're going to put one in... Actually, we're not going to put one in there at all, apparently. But we do need to go to brick wall and put some brick wall not in there, because that is the wrong place. Put it in there, okay? So they can walk all the way across that corridor. I know a couple of people have said there's no point in this corridor whatsoever. What I should do instead is just get rid of this entirely, get rid of the whole thing, and just extend the yard down by 2. Honestly, I think there is a lot of... I think there's merit in that. There's really no need in this corridor at all. Really, there isn't. You know, because... Well, the only reason I can think of is that they can quickly go from there to there, right? But they have to go around this cell block, right? So if they're down here, they have to go along and then up and then across using that corridor. If they're up here, they're going to have to go along and then down and then across, okay? Which means if they're at the top, they would just go straight through there and then in that one. That's quicker. And if they're down the bottom, they would go along here and then through this, regardless of whether it was a corridor or not. If that was a corridor, they would just go out there and then go straight into that side. So we could, if we really wanted to, dismantle that because it doesn't have any purpose. It's got a bit of merit, to be honest. I think that might be something we're going to do. Yes, I think we're going to do that. Bulldoze all that, because it's just not necessary. Not necessary at all. We will have to alter the ways in and out, so we will have to put in, say, a brick wall there and there so we can have another metal detector on it. It actually means that we don't need this top bit. We could get rid of that entirely. Dismantle that. And have demolish walls. And then brick wall. Okay. And then the entrance will be in here, like so. And get rid of that. We can demolish that. Or rather, dismantle that. Plan to break that off. Like so. Don't know why I plan to break it off, because I'm just going to break it off. Idiot. Like that. Another door. Okay. It also means we can go to our yard. Like that. Back to planning. Pathways. Get rid of that. Pathway along there. Along there. And like that. Yard. Just had it. Just had it. Yard. Like so. There you go. That's what we'll do. That just really doesn't seem... There's no reason why we're not going to do that. That is a total of 15 by 20. So... we know it's that now. So we can replan accordingly. So we can get rid of all that. And these. And then because it's... That's the wrong tool. This is wrong tool, said Zathras. I can't see because it's dark. I can't see shite. I understand. I really cannot see anything there. I think it's that. I think it's that. Yeah, now it's daytime. It's easy to see. By the time I fix this, the long-term investment will be done. Roughly that. Easy to find out. If this is 15, I've done it right. That's 15. Go back down here. 15. Job done. Okay, so there you go. We've changed that around. God, we normally don't do this amount of messing around and changing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to spend loads of money by going to utilities and then to our power station. I'm going to put another power station, and you might be thinking, what the hell is he doing? Well, that's because I do need to run some power down at the bottom, and we do need to use, you know, these other generators at some point. So I'm going to do that now. So I'm going to run the electrical cables right down this side. I'm not going to run it much further than that. I do need to run it inside like so, and then I'll run the cables along and change it around. Just realised that there's lots of workmen just going because they're trying to get out, so I'm going to get rid of that, demolish them walls, and there you see how quick they went to go and demolish them walls. They couldn't wait. Okay, so back to materials. Brick wall. Put the brick wall in there and there. So we do need to build a common room and pool tables and things like that. So let's go back to that. We'll go to our rooms and then common room. We're going to designate all that's common room. There we are. That's quite easy to do. Let's just get rid of that bit there. And then we need pool tables and at least 2 televisions. So I think what I'm going to do is actually brick that bit up, right? We'll have an entranceway in this side here, so we'll probably have a large jail door there. And the reason I picked large jail door mainly is because I had one in stock, so I'm not going to spend any more money. And we need to get a pool table and some televisions. So I don't know, am I really going to plan it off? I don't really need to plan it off. That could go there, that could go there. You know what? Let's have a quick rough plan. That, and that, and that, and damn it. It doesn't need to be like meticulously planned off, does it? Oh well. When in doubt, just go boom, job done. And you can put one like that as one. So we need at least 2 televisions. Alright, there we go. Grand completion, 9 grand. Not much at all, really. We could go prison maintenance, security procedure certification. It's quite easy, actually. And reform, we're not going to do reform just yet. Prison maintenance? Yes, that's something we're going to get done anyway. So, unlock maintenance through bureaucracy, unlock groundskeeping and cleaning and all of that sort of thing. I guess, really, we need to spend that 19 grand on finishing these cells. So let's get on with that one. So we'll go for brick wall. I'm going to put all of our brick walls in here. Obviously this is going to not finish off this cell block because I don't know how far we're going to get, but we will see. We will see. Okay. So there's the bottom. So once we finish these cells, so yeah, how many will we get? Well, we'll just put them in because we're going to have to crack on with it anyway. So beds, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorted. Jail doors. Obviously, it doesn't really matter that I'm buying jail doors at the moment because they're all open until you get prisoners. So, if we're copying the same design, I might as well just keep placing these. Now, in the center, I'm not really sure what I want to do. Originally, the idea was to have... Which way have I got these? That way. Originally, the idea was to have the center as better quality cells, but several people have said now that we've messed around with this dormitory stuff, we might as well redesign it and change it around. So what I'm going to do, I am going to go to my planning, and actually what I'll do, I'll finish off these cells, right, because then the workers can crack on and just build all of that, right? So there we go, and then we'll go to rooms and then cell, and then designate all that as cells. Okay, so they can crack on with that. They've almost done, to be honest with you. And then we'll go to walls, and then we'll have a quick plan. So that is the overall size. So if we have, as I said, the space where you need at least a gap of 1 all the way around, that generally seems to be the way to go. So if we have that, it would be that actually, wouldn't it? No, it would be that. Right, and then alright, we could do that way, we could, but let's try the other way. Bunk bed, bunk bed, bunk bed. Alright, then that would make the facility do that. Then this one would probably follow the same suit. Let's just keep going. And then you would have like an entrance in... You probably move them down by 1. And then you'd have toilets on either side and things like that. I'm not a big fan of that. That's not doing anything for me, that. So what about if we have roughly the same idea here? We could even completely redesign this area, it being, you know... Can we have 3 cells in there? We could have, like... No, let's not do that, let's not do that. That's still going to be phone booths and stuff. I like the idea of that. Right, so... That's our dead space in the center, okay? So if we have... I don't know. 3 by 3, how many we would get? Not enough. 4 by 4 then. Alright. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So that, right? Obviously the center you can't get to, slight problem. We'll fix that later. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you have all them as bunk beds, like that, I mean, we're altering the capacity massively here. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. That's in the center. So that could be 1 cell. That could be 1 dormitory. That could be another. And that could be another. Right? So what we've got now is our individual cells all the way around the outside. We've got some dormitories at the top which are separate, but what we could do is have, obviously they've got enough space to put other things in there. Like radios and some such. In here, you would just have your Bogo standard, like toilets on either side, them in the center. That could work. What's our capacity? Well, currently it's 32. So what would we be on? 32. 46. Let's get that. 60 odd. We'll be on, by the time we get to the top one, about 100 and... By the time we get to the top, we'll be about 150 prisoners, plus a bit of change over here. It's not over the top. It's not mental. It's not crazy. I think we could do that. I think that could be alright. Okay. For now, because I haven't got another plan involved, like, you know, I haven't really got another idea of what we want to do, let's go with that. And what we could do, we could always change the one at the top for something else if we need to do that. So let's put, obviously, the jail doors in either side here. And this is going to be dormitories. Again, we're going to have a massive problem with escapes, so we'll have to sort this out. Tunneling and stuff, rather, not escapes. Well, I guess it's, you know, the tunneling is to, you know, head towards escapes. We don't have enough funds, so I'll have to speed up to max speed. We will get some funds in 106 hours. But if I go to dormitory, I just want to make sure that this is actually the right size. So we'll go for dormitory like that. So enclosed, surrounded by walls and doors. It should be right. So if we had intelligence and logistics and stuff unlocked, we'd be able to see the grading of these. Obviously, we haven't plumbed all these in. I need to sort that out later. But we've now got that dormitory in there. So it does require 1 unit of toilet. So let's put in... I guess we haven't got any individual toilets, which is a little bit open and whatnot. But all the cells are like that anyway. So we'll have 1 toilet. And we'll just see what it says. See what capacity this brings us to. So it should be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, another 10 more. So we're on 42. 42. Okay, so that is the right size for that. So we have 3 dormitories across there. I think I like the idea of that. The only problem I have is that we don't... These are very basic, and now all we've done, we've managed to make very, very basic cells. Obviously, dormitories up here, which we could increase in terms of their quality, so we can put other things in there. These ones on the right-hand side where the cells are, we could mess around there as well. But it really depends on, you know, what we need to do. We could put like another televisions and stuff and increase the quality of these. These ones actually could increase quality even more. What we do is we would change it so that these ones have windows to the outside, and then put like a toilet. We've already got a toilet, and we could put something else in there as well. So these ones actually could be the high quality ones, and them ones could be high quality. So yeah, the dormitories in the middle, they are the very high capacity ones. That'll be fine, I think. I think we'll be okay with that. Obviously, we are at minus cash flow. We don't have nowhere near enough money to finish stuff off. What do I need to do for the next one? Let's have a quick look. If I just go to our dormitory and then put them dormitories in there. Now we need a total of 8 more. Let's pause a second. We need 8 more beds to get that grant done there, which is hang on. Wait for funds, raise prison capacity. Yeah, prison capacity at 50. So that gives us 20 grand. So 8 more beds is either 800 for beds. No. 1,600, or bunk beds, which is what we want to do. So ideally we want a total of 4 beds. So that'll be 2 grand. Plus a bit of change for the dormitory toilet. So if we just go to our finance, we could start sacking people, but if we can get a bank loan and increase it up to our maximum bank loan of 2,500, that is going to put us a little bit into the negative, but more than enough really to go for that, and then that, and then that should do it. If my calculations are correct, that should be that dormitory done, and then that grant done. If I'm wrong, then that'll be the end of the episode while I go cry into my beverage and also, wait for money. But I wasn't. We are sorted. Okay, so we can go for cell block C. There we are. Where's our prison capacity to 100? No problem at all. That's the dormitory there. We need to unlock maintenance through bureaucracy and everything else, so we'll go for maintenance. And we do need to get the rest of it as well. We don't want legal yet. We do want security, so we'll start researching that. Either way, 2 gardeners, 2 janitors, 1 janitor, 2 gardeners, a foreman, which we're researching now, groundskeeping, all of that sort of stuff. So that's just a bureaucracy thing. A little bit of time for the long-term investment. That's a massive motorbike outside my house. I don't know if you can hear it. And then our cell block C, which will not get completed here, but we will when we go up to the top one there. Phew! Okay, so I think we will leave it there. A long way away from getting prisoners. Probably another couple of episodes. We might get them by the end of next episode, but we'll have to see how it goes. The problem we have is that it's not very secure because we haven't got a wall all the way around the outside. We haven't really got all of the amenities sorted. In fact, have we? Hang on, let's think about this one. We've got the kitchen, we've got the canteen. We only need to extend both of them. We need to put some power in there, obviously, but we can get on with that one. The front reception is quite easy to do. We can sort that out at any point. We do need to put some guards more on patrol. We've got all of these cells sorted. We need to plumb them in. We can sort that out. Shower is pretty much the same thing. Common rooms in there. A bit of yard. We haven't got any laundry, but we can get on that at any point, and that's where that is there. Actually, yeah, we could probably get episodes by the end of next... we can get episodes by the end of next prisoner. We can get prisoners by the end of next episode. So, what type of prisoners do you want? I am thinking a bit of everything, so we can pretty much just go open up our entire intake to everything. We can just say, you know what, we want minimum, maximum, the lot. We want the lot. Oh, actually, I don't think I'm going to receive that amount, but I think I think we pretty much do want to receive a bit of everything, but we will see how it goes. Let me just research a bit of groundskeeping, a bit of cleaning, a bit of prison labour, and there we go. Obviously, we do need 1 unit of foreman, which I will now hire it, which one goes in there. We'll go to our rooms, and then to office, and you can go in any of them wherever you want. It's going to go at the top one. They always like to stay away from the warden. There we go. We're leaving it there. Like I say, next episode we will get prisoners, but I really like to know your thoughts and feelings on that one. We've made a lot of changes in this one, which is why we're not far ahead as we normally are. Normally we do advance quite fast on this one, but because we've changed this centre around a bit for the better, I think. You know, I don't think there's any real problem with changing it around as long as we make it better rather than worse. You know, you could argue that sitting there and doing nothing or not changing the plan is, you know, not as good, but whatever. Either way, we've changed it around. I'm happy with that. Hope you are too. As always, comments in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.